All right, welcome to another episode of Between the Coast. I'm your host, Fernando, with our stars Cassius and Jared. Today, we will be looking at the recap for Game 2 of the Eastern Conference Finals and the Western Conference Finals. Then, we will be diving into our NFL predictions for the NFC East schedule, followed by latest news and updates in the NFL. All right, so let's get into it. The Knicks are 2-0. This is their ninth straight playoff win, tied for franchise record. First time winning 10 of 12 playoff games in a playoff series. Cassius, we'll start with you. What's your take?
Never thought we'd see it. The Knicks might go to the finals in our lifetime. Woo! No, seriously though. At the end of the day, it was an all-around great game for the Knicks again. They didn't shoot well from three, but I think they had 32 assists compared to 15 assists from the Cavs. So we had hero ball versus just pure basketball, just fluency. You know what I mean? Brunson had 14 assists. I think Cat had 13 rebounds. And Hart had I think 26. Which, bro, if Hart is your best scorer, you might be in a good place then, just to see everybody else contribute. So, I the Cleveland has so many things going on. I really don't know what to say. Again, Harden 6 of 15. He had no turnovers, so he did improve that. But they shot 9 of 35 from three, 25%. You're not gonna win with that. And Nixon shoot much better. I just think that the series going to home, I don't know what they can do, but Donovan's gotta get his big men going and figure out how to make sure this team can keep up with the Knicks, because it's coming from almost any player for the Knicks now, and that's what's definitely hurting the Cavs.
What's hurting the Cavs is they have two Robins. They don't have a Batman, and I told you that before. Donovan Mitchell is a Robin. He can't be the best player on a championship team, and this is proving that. James Harden is old. I said that before. Their coaching and how he's coaching them, it ain't cutting it. Their championship was beating Detroit, and this is what this series is showing. It's that simple. They don't match up well at all. They have no answer for is it Mitchell Robinson down low? They have no answer for him unless they're doing hack of Mitchell.
I was just going to say,
And even then, the Knicks counter that with their guard play because they take him off the floor. And then Brunson, Hart, Bridges, they get going. The Cavs have bigger issues, and it's more of a matchup problem in the simple fact that they don't have a Batman in this series.
well, and just looking at the numbers, this last game, plus minus, every single starter was negative. Every single one. James Harden was negative 22 plus minus. Again, at least he had no turnovers. But if you have no turnovers, but yet you're not contributing much while on the floor, and then you have Jared Allen negative 20. Great, 13 and 10. But again, what are you doing defensively to help this team? You and Mobley should be in that hole, making sure that Cat can't get a shot off, or at the 3-point line where he likes to stay. But at the end of the day, Cat can't be that assist creation he's become now, that he's always wanted to be, unless he can stretch the floor. And I just don't understand how Mobley can't keep up with him. They're pretty much the same length. It's not anything of a strength factor, because Jared Allen should be able to protect the hole. I'm saying Jared Allen, at least. Mobley's not as strong. If you have both of them, one is supposed to be protecting the 3 line, which is going to be Mobley, because that's where he stays anyway. And if Cat then drives to the hole, that's where you have that step up come up of Jared Allen to protect. But it's not translating. They're leaving too many people open. I don't understand why Dean Wade is in now. He had 3 points, 3 rebounds, and the only thing he's doing is try to stop Brunson. Well, guess what? Brunson's too smart. Guess what he had? 14 assists. He said, okay, you want to stop me from scoring? Great. I'll just pass the ball.
Yeah, this series is over. To put it kindly, and if if it's not a sweep, it's going to be a gentleman's sweep. The only way they get out of this series is if somebody becomes Batman. It's not going to be James Harden. I think Cassius has alluded to that. With a plus minus of negative 22 or what minus 22, however you say it, that's not going to cut it. What was Donovan Mitchell's plus minus?
-8.
Even then, I mean that's better, but like they
But
can't
he
get out
had
of this series.
1 assist. Yeah,
Right. They
but 1 assist, like and
right.
five fouls. So
Right. They can't get out of this series with him playing like that. And to be perfectly honest, once they lose, we're gonna have a conversation about Donovan Mitchell because this whole will Donovan Mitchell want to stay in Cleveland conversation is gonna be who can they trade for Donovan Mitchell because this isn't it.
they're not. No, they're just going to bring LeBron in to
That's their only savior.
be the plus.
That's their only savior.
That's who you would bring in. Or honestly, I don't think KD is going to stay with Houston. So I think there's going to be a lot of old veteran that is going to be moving. I don't think Kawhi is going to stay with the Clippers. I think there's going to be a lot of moving pieces this summer.
Kawhi ain't going to Cleveland.
I didn't say
LeBron might.
Cleveland.
No, I'm just answering some of those questions. I don't think KD would either. I'm just being honest. I think LeBron is their best shot, but hey, that's just me.
All right. Well, we can discuss this further in detail in our next take when we talk about the Knicks versus Cavs. All right, and at this time, we are going to transition out west to our Western Conference Final, Game 2, Thunder versus Spurs. So as we review Game 2 of the Thunder versus Spurs, what stood out to you, Jared?
What stood out to me is Shea. He got back on track enough. There's a lot of injuries in this series, but ultimately, even from what we're seeing with the game in progress right now, I just think OKC, their championship experience is showing, to put it lightly. I think the Spurs are kind of being overcome with injuries. Like, they got a lot of people playing hurt. Well, the thing with that is everybody's playing hurt right now. So, but the Spurs being a lot younger, they're learning to manage that right now versus OKC, who has been there before. They've had these deep playoff runs. So, I mean, ultimately, this series could still go 6 or 7. It's been a lot. First game, great game, instant classic. Second game, OKC showed why they're the champions, why they're the current champs. And, they're doing that as we speak right now. So, I mean, the only thing that's going to save the Spurs are if their guys start playing through injury. I mean, who Fox just came back, and isn't Harper dealing with a quad injury, Cash?
He came back too.
But isn't he dealing with a quad injury or something like that? Yeah. So he's young. So, I think injury might do them in. I think their youth might do them in, and I think OKC is probably. They're going to close it out in 6 if I had to predict right now.
I still have Spurs. So. I do think that, of course, that second game, like Shea really did come back and say, hey, like, this is why I'm the MVP. I mean, just efficiency, which is what we always talk about. I mean, 12 of 24. He was 0 of 3 from 3, but he had 30 points, 9 assists. And at the end of the day, like, we talked about who needed to step up, and they also are dealing with injury. Jalen Williams got hurt again.
But they played all year without him,
and that is true. And I was going to bring that up, and that is a bit of the difference. I feel that they are a deep team, especially with the Jared McCain trade that happened with the Sixers. Like, that really did boost their entire bench. AJ Mitchell, I was a little concerned, and I still kind of am. He did have 10 points the last game, and he played 20 minutes, but he did get a little banged up in the fourth quarter. He said he's fine now, and he is going to be playing for today's game. But at the end of the day, like, they do have a deep bag of, like, kind of anyone can show up when they need to. The only thing I will say is that them losing Jalen in the playoffs is a lot different than them losing them in the regular season. And yes, it prepared them for this time. But I do think that it's not that the Spurs don't have any playoff experience. I feel like they just have that playoff experience with individual players, and the organization as a whole is just such a prominent organization in NBA history. The people they have in the backing, I feel like, is what can help overcome that. And what I mean that is that because they have Harrison Barnes on the team. Harrison Barnes has enough.
That's the only person though, which means I'm sorry, man. No,
And Darian Fox. Darian Fox has been in the playoffs as well.
oh yeah, yeah, he was with
Again.
the Kings, but
But
didn't
my
they?
point
They
is,
lost.
you're talking about the Spurs. Like, they've built an organization, and look, it's not like any of these people who have built the greatness of the Spurs are really gone. Greg Popovich is in that building every day. Tim Duncan is in that building every single day. David Robinson is in that building every day.
That's not my point.
Hang on, let me make my point. Tony Parker calls Wimby every day. He calls these players. They're in this, giving that championship mindset still to this team to say, hey, you guys can still do this. We did it. We've done it plenty of times where the Spurs didn't have that type of experience yet, but guess what? They won championships in young times in their career because they had the right set of players. And I think, to your point, if they can stay healthy, now that Fox is playing, looks like the 2 days helped him. And depending on how Harper is, if he doesn't aggravate and make anything worse, I think they can go deep enough to take this team far and take them 7, especially if Jalen Williams is going to be out.
So that's not my point. My point is, I'm not talking about the people you have in the organization. Every organization has that. Every organization that won has that. My point is the playoff experience, being on the floor as a team, losing and going through the process. Like, nobody's arguing that Ginobili, Tony Parker, Pop, and Duncan aren't in the building. There are other organizations who had that as well. You mentioned Harrison Barnes and Fox. That's cool. Harrison Barnes, champion. Fox, been into the first round, lost in 7 to the Warriors. Other than that, he's been on sorry teams. Let's just call it what it is outside of that 1 year.
Okay, but let me ask you this. What other organization has had people in the building that have won championships within the last 10 to 20 years?
Well, other organizations that have people in the building.
Yes.
So
Yes.
you're talking about,
Like,
are we talking about the Lakers? Are we talking about the Pistons is 20 years exactly.
Okay, but how
Like,
is Shaq in the building at the Lakers facility ever? Does Jerry West hang out at the Lakers? No, they don't. That's my
so
point.
I just gave you the Pistons too, and you didn't even respond to that. They're still in the building.
I did say the Pistons, but who name some players that
I
are...
got Ben Wallace, Richard Hamilton, like Rasheed Wallace. What are we talking about? What are we talking about?
Were they at the games?
Yes, they're at the games. What are you talking about? They're at the games. You weren't watching the games. That's how I know.
They're in the back. No, I was watching the games.
Yes, they're there, bro. Like, that's my point. That was also my point with the John Morant, bringing him in, because there's a culture. You see how they got Cade going. You see how they got that young team going. This team.
Cade's never had an attitude problem. That's a different argument. Ja has a lasting issue in the league right now with how he is. That's a whole different story.
There are organizations that have veterans in the background. Of every organization, there is a veteran in the background. That's my point.
I know. My point is that you have a second head coach that's always there, that's won multiple championships, in Greg Popovich. That's my point. You have Tim Duncan and David Robinson, who were both drafted as centers and have both won championships, and literally can pass their same information, their knowledge, their skill sets to a player who is also a center. For this team. Like,
so does the Heat. They got Alonzo Mourning, who's been there for 20 fucking years. He's still there.
Alonzo Mourning. What's he done?
Is he not a champion? Is he not in the organization?
Done for Tyler Hero.
Pat Riley's won multiple championships. He's in the front office.
Pat Riley is someone who is not changing with the time right now, and it's affecting that organization.
You're moving the goalpost as to what your question was. Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
I was telling you how I feel about Pat Riley. I think he's an all-time legend, but it's at the end of the day, like, it's a different league now.
But that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about some people who have coaches and players who have been with the organization who are helping groom the young talent. That's what we're talking about.
Right. And
so you did move the goalpost.
I'm saying that the Spurs have the best combination of that out of any of the teams because of the history they've had recently.
The last time they won a championship was what year, Cassius?
You tell me. What year was it? How many championships did they win?
Are we talking? Are we easily talking about 2013?
Yeah, and how many championships did Tim Duncan win in that organization with Greg
He
Popovich?
won 5. That's not the point, though. My point is, it's
How
been
many
over
championships
10 years since they won.
Okay, but they're still there. They still know what it takes to win. But it doesn't matter. You won 5 championships in the last. How long?
They're one of the greatest dynasties. Nobody's arguing that. But my point is,
A dynasty.
see, if you're not going to understand my point, then there's no
I
point in going
understand your
back and
point.
forth.
I understand your
No,
point.
then why are you still
How
arguing
many times did the Pistons win in 2000?
They won one championship in the 2000s.
One championship. Great. I'm awesome. Really makes no sense. Always be there. 5 championships versus 1.
All right. At this time, we are going to transition to the NFL. Like I said before, we are going to discuss the latest news and updates at the end, but we're first going to jump into our predictions for the NFC East schedule. All right.
I think, yeah. All right. Going in order of how they placed in the division, we have our Philadelphia Eagles first. Week 1, Washington.
That's a close game. But
It's a win.
Yeah, I agree with you. That's a dub.
I don't think it's a close game, but I think it's a win.
You don't think it's a close game?
I don't think the Commanders have done anything this year to make them that much better. But that's for a different conversation. I feel like that's for a true NFC East dive in. Week 2, Titans. It's a win.
Dub.
Bears, we talked about this. I think they'll beat us. I think that'll be a close game.
Dub.
Rams, loss. I knew it. Jacksonville has a overseas game, October 11th. Looks to be. I actually think they lose because of Jacksonville's record overseas.
You know what? I'm gonna go a different direction. I got them winning.
Okay.
5-0. I mean 4-1.
I was gonna say what? I was like the Rams.
4-1. Yeah, they lost to. They're gonna lose to the Rams. 4-1.
Panthers, I have as a win.
Dub.
Cowboys, I have that as a loss.
Because it's at home, I'm gonna say dub.
All right. Week 8, another Washington. I think they sweep them. It's a win.
I agree.
Giants, I think that's a win.
How ironic. I agree.
Week 10 bye. Week 11, Steelers. I think that's a win.
I agree.
The Thanksgiving game against, of course, the Cowboys. I have that as a loss.
I'm gonna say that's a loss.
Week 13, we have against the Cardinals. That's a win.
Dub.
Week 14 against the Colts. That's also a win.
That's a dub.
Yep. Week 15 at Seattle.
That's a
Seattle
dub.
coming home. That's a loss.
I think it's a dub, man. I think Seattle losing K9 is gonna be, and they lost some of their DBs. I think it's gonna be a dub.
I got it as a loss. I still believe in the team. I don't have as much confidence. Texans at home. I actually have that as a loss also.
Yeah, as a win. At home?
Yeah.
In the cold?
Mm-hmm.
Christmas Eve? Yeah, dub.
And then we have 49ers, week 17. I have that as a loss. That's a away game.
You know, it's a trap game. I'm going to give it, it's a loss.
And week 18, away at
All
the
right,
Giants.
let me count this up.
Dub.
Loss.
This guy.
Wow. Okay. All right. So Cassius has the Eagles going 9-8. Jared, you have them going 14-3. I have them going 12-5.
9-8 is crazy with that schedule. I'm
Told
just
you.
gonna throw that out there.
Oh
I
yes.
just don't think they're going to be as
That's a
good.
take. That's a take. We will be revisiting this.
Well, next we have our Dallas Cowboys. I think the once AJ Brown is gone, it's going to hurt that team a lot more on the offensive side.
Yeah, but I also
don't believe in their offensive coordinator they've had in the last 3 years. So Jalen Hurts wants to play one style, but they want to play another. All right, but we got the Dallas Cowboys. Finished second in the division, and yeah, did not make the playoffs though.
all right. At New York Giants,
That's a win.
I agree. Washington Commanders at home,
That's a win.
I agree.
Are they playing Rio?
Ravens in Rio.
That's crazy. Honestly, I don't even know what to expect with that game, but I'm gonna say the Ravens win that one.
I agree. I think they win that one. At Texans.
That's a loss.
Yeah, I agree. Tampa coming to the Star. Is what they call it, the Star? Well, I don't know what they call it anymore. I'm not a Dallas fan.
Only Dallas fans here.
Yeah, pretty much. So Tampa at home,
I have that as a win.
which is crazy because low key, I want to say that's a losable game for them
It
that
is.
early in the season.
I think they'll win that one.
You know what? I'm gonna say it. They lose.
All right. At Packers, that's a win.
That's a loss. At Philly,
I think I had them losing that one.
that's a loss.
I had the Cowboys beating them twice, so no, that's a win.
Arizona at home,
That's a win.
I agree. San Francisco at home,
That's a loss.
I agree. Tennessee at home,
That's a win.
I agree. Philly at home,
Win.
that's a loss. At Seattle, that's a loss. That might be a loss.
I think it's a loss. I think it's a
I think that's a loss too. All right. At Rams,
loss.
I agree. Jacksonville at home,
Win.
yeah, I'm gonna agree. New York Giants at home,
Win.
I agree. Commanders on the road, I'm gonna say win.
I'm gonna say win.
All right. Cassius has the Cowboys going at 12-5. Jared, you have them going 8-9. I have them going 10-7.
Down years for them boys,
They've had down years. This is the year. I don't think it's going to be a down year finally.
and they still get bounced in the first round.
Yeah, that I can predict. Now that I'm on board. All
That's
right,
funny.
now we are on to Washington, third place in the division. Of course, had their injuries with Jaden Daniels, the third best quarterback taken in the 2024 draft now. Caleb being number one. We can have that talk later too. But
Ain't nobody talking about that with you.
week one away at Philadelphia. I have that as a loss.
Yeah, that's a loss.
Actually, pretty crazy to start both away games as both division games. Pretty crazy. Second game away at Dallas, loss.
I agree.
Then home game with Seattle coming in, loss.
Loss.
Colts at Tottenham, another international game, 9:30 game. I have them winning. That'll probably be their first win, hopefully.
I agree.
Sunday, Giants at home. I'll give them that one.
It's a dub.
Yeah, that's a win. Then 49ers on the road, loss.
Back in the losing column.
Yep. Week 7 bye for them. Week 8 at home, Philadelphia.
Loss.
I have that as a loss. Rams at home. I think
Loss.
Rams are going to beat them. See, you're seeing what I'm seeing now, Jared. Giants away.
That's a dub.
I'll give them that one. I have the Giants winning. I have the Giants winning that one. Giants at home. So that's a loss for them. But then Cincinnati Bengals. These home games are some brutal opponents they're facing. I have them losing. Joe Burrow is going to look great this year.
Yeah, they're going to lose to Cincinnati.
Then at Cardinals, should be a win.
That's a win.
At Tennessee,
Dub.
that should be a win. Then
Should be is being. That's quite the adjective you're throwing out right now.
We'll see. The Titans might be a weird team this year. I'm not saying they might be worst to first, but they might be a team that competes just because of that coaching staff. Robert Saleh does not coach wimps. At home, 2-game home streak with the Houston Texans.
Loss.
Then Atlanta Falcons. I think they'll win that one.
Dub.
Then at Minnesota, loss. I actually had to get Jaden.
I'm going to say it's a win.
I got him as a loss.
I'm going to stick with win for right now.
And then final game, Dallas walk in, and that's a loss for me.
Wait, Cassius, your last
That's
two
a
were
loss.
both
and
losses?
And then Dallas is a loss.
Okay.
Oh, so you see what I was saying about the Commanders now? Loss. Yes, sir. Here, now you see.
My argument isn't with the Commanders; it's with the Giants.
I know it's not. But I was saying that. I was just saying. You see that you said look at the Giants' schedule. I said look at the Commanders' schedule.
That's pretty brutal.
All right.
That's
Cassius
brutal.
has them going 5-12. Jared, you have them
what we got
going
now.
7-10. I have them going 10-7. Yeah. After reading it with you guys, I'm far off. I don't have faith in my prediction.
Whoa.
That is true.
Wow.
You know, if you're right, you get
No.
to tell everybody how
No.
right you were. How
That's
about
true.
that?
That's true.
I don't know. The thing is,
So, Nando,
for some
they're making
reason,
the
I
playoffs?
have faith. I think they're going to have
That's
a
what he
really
based it.
good bounce back season. I don't know why.
All right.
Yes, that is the key. That
If Jaden can stay healthy.
I think he will be healthy this year, but I mean, that defense lost some pieces.
Which they lost pieces last year too. Like
Yeah,
the defense didn't get better. That's what I'm saying. Like if you look at the teams as a whole, the Giants have a team that competes is just as much as I'd say this year with the Eagles and the Cowboys, offensively and defensively, because they're structured so well on both sides.
well, yeah. I mean, we'll see. For Washington, I just don't know about them, man. Like that defense, they let
I guess
Bobby Wagner
I'm
walk
thinking
out the door again.
I'm thinking
Well,
Jaden
so
Daniels
I
is
think he's
going
still
to
free
have a
agent,
bounce
so
back year. He's
He
going to stay
is, and they
healthy.
might bring him back.
And
We'll see.
every game is
It
going to be a
don't. It
close
ain't
game.
looking
It's
too
going to be a
hot right now.
shootout. As long as he is healthy and he plays well, like he did his rookie year, I think they can do well. Yeah, it was at one point.
Who's their running back?
Didn't he blow his Achilles out? Wasn't it Eckler?
Yeah, but that's my point. Is like, did they draft anyone this year? I can't
I don't
remember
think they drafted a running back.
because Jaden runs too much that they don't have a. Let me check. I could have swore that they did, but my issue is the running game. Like, if they don't have a solidified, because they couldn't figure it out with Bill Krosky last year. Like, we thought Bill was going to come in and be the guy, and he just never could get his footing. And then Christian Rodriguez came in out of nowhere and started having at least some decent games. But at the end of the day, like,
They,
my
they took Katron Allen from Penn State in the sixth round.
Okay, that's what I thought. That's the only running back they took, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So in my head, that's my biggest concern is like the issue that we're going to run into is the same thing that the Giants are trying to fix with Jackson Dart. Jackson was very similar play style to how Jaden was, just, you know what I mean? Like that run and gun type of quarterback who's going to put his body on the line. Doesn't matter. And they signed Rashid White. That's who they signed. And Rashid White is a good upgrade to what they had, but at the end of the day, you have Krosky Merritt and Rashid White as your starting two. I just don't see those running backs being enough.
We shall see. All right, let's get into the Giants' schedule.
Make a difference with Jaden not having to try to play hero ball. So. All right. Jared, take it away.
All right. We got week 1, Dallas at home.
Awesome.
I agree. Week 2, actually, might I add, starting Sunday night football.
Wild.
And then week 2, you're on the road for Monday night football against the Rams to get your ass kicked.
A loss again. It's not a great start to the season for
Not a great start.
Arbo's gonna be like pissed, dude. He's like, this is what they give me.
Man, week 3 at home versus the Titans. I think they get in the win column there.
Win.
Week 4 at home against the Cardinals. They get in the win column.
Win.
Week 5 against the Commanders. I'm going to say they lose that game.
I also think they win that game, though. So,
at home against the Saints, they win that game.
I also think they win that game.
And then they go down to Houston
It's a loss.
and get destroyed in week 7.
Yeah, that's a loss.
And then you got the bye week. Week 9 versus the Eagles. On the road, might I add. At the Link.
That's a loss.
Absolutely. Week 10.
Thursday night.
What?
Wow.
Yeah, Thursday night.
They got 4
Against the Commanders.
That's a win.
That's a loss. Week 11. Against the Jags at home.
I'm gonna give them a win.
That's a loss. Week 12 on the road against the Colts. That's a dub.
That's a win.
Week 13 at home. San Francisco's coming to town. That's a loss.
Loss.
Week 14 on the road
That's a loss.
at Seattle.
That's a loss for sure.
Absolutely, it's a loss.
The 12th man's gonna be loud.
12th man might be an earthquake. Week 15 against the Browns at home. They better win that fucking
That's a
game.
win. That's a win.
Week 16 in Detroit.
Oh my gosh.
Monday night.
Win.
The way he paused, he don't even believe that. That's a loss.
Nope, that's a win.
That's a loss.
Said it.
Week 17 at Dallas.
That's a loss.
That's a loss. And week 18, Philly comes home.
Win.
That's a loss.
That is a win.
Nando, give it to us straight.
Okay. Who do you guys want to hear first? Who's do you want to hear first? All right. Cassius has the Giants going 9-8.
Huh?
Jared, you have them going 5-12. I have the Giants going
Cassius.
6-11. Right.
Which means technically Nando was right in our pre-show because they're tied for second and third with the Eagles. So they could go second or third, as I have them now. But if they beat the Eagles in that last game at home, they would technically actually jump to second. So,
all right, and at this time, we will end our show with the latest dates in the NFL. Cassius, I will give the mic to you.
We have Aaron Rodgers, who is officially coming back to the Steelers, but has announced that he will be retiring after the season. Doesn't really matter. He's not going to get another championship with the Steelers this year. So,
I mean, Aaron Rodgers strikes me as a guy that will come off the couch in 2 years, but whatever.
he's not coming off the couch in 2 years. He's going to be doing some ayahuasca on the couch in 2 years.
I mean, some of that before his phone rings. Sure, but
He's going to be on the couch in ayahuasca or taking some of that, and he's going to be thinking he's playing the game still. All right, that's where he's going to be.
Listen, don't let your hate for Aaron Rodgers ruin the moment. Okay.
What moment? You think the reunion between him and Mike McCarthy is going to be a
it's not going to go well. It's not going to go well. We're just talking about his retirement.
All I need to hear.
See? Listen, man.
Continuing on news, Malik Neighbors had a second surgery, and the reports are not looking as great. With him potentially maybe now missing the first couple weeks of the season. Not only does that, of course, affect the Giants' offense massively, but of course does affect
Jared,
how you decide
are
to draft
correct.
him this year in fantasy.
Yes, Jared, you are correct. Yes.
And he told me I was wrong.
I said you might be wrong, but I said we'll see.
Nando, I need a yes or no for the crowd. Okay, thank you.
But we don't know yet. It's not like you're right. Week 1 hasn't happened yet, bud.
I'm right.
Technically, you're not. You're right. No one's right till
if they're reporting you might miss the beginning of the season, that means until the season happens, I'm in first place. And
if we're talking about looking into a crystal ball, on that one, so I mean, we got to point out how Cassius made his prediction about Rashid Rice.
I'm over that now.
Yeah.
I know.
Which was
nobody argued that one though.
Which Nando, if referencing back to a comment I made saying that Rashid Rice would be in jail before the season started. I did not know it would be 2 days later. Rashid Rice has been arrested and will have to serve 30 days in jail due to voiding his parole by smoking marijuana. Unfortunate, but also saw it coming.
Rice, if you hear this, man, you want to come on the pod, let us know. That's it.
All right, coming, bud. I mean, well, we got to wait 30 days. Yeah. So, and then in final news, I think the Vikings were just announced for 2028 draft location. Is that correct, Jared?
I don't know. It's the Vikings.
Let's confirm. 2028 draft.
It is Minnesota. You're right.
God, I'm good sometimes.
I mean, the Rams extended Matthew Stafford's contract for another year, so $60 million for another year.
All right. Well, thank you for joining another episode. Tune in next time. We will be reviewing the NBA Conference Finals again. followed by the NFC South schedule predictions. So, again, thanks for joining the best in the Midwest, and join us next time for another episode of Between the Coast.
See ya.